So, sorry for the delay to the answer to the comments and question by the Devil MGF, asking what do I think Hobbs will join WWE? And I wanted to give it a few days. Like I said, I was spoiled for Collision's main event, so I did know that the Hangman and Jet Speed did win the titles, so that kind of swayed my opinion. But also, I just wanted to, have time to think about, okay, how does this play out? Are they going to set it up? Because I only knew the result. And I think he's gone. I think the big telling thing is, if you've not seen, Hobbs is gone from the AEW roster page on the website. I know that because, one, I go on it often to get pictures for these videos. But also, I seen someone tweet about it, and, it's true, he's gone. I don't know if they do a angle on Dynamite next week where it's the Ops jumping him, or they just basically come out and say, hey, he's gone. Like, we've jumped him and he's, we left him in the lurch. Something like that, maybe. It feels a bit weird. Like, I like the fact that he went out on a roll-up pin against Kevin Knight. I feel like that's a good way. He's done good business going out. But I feel like I would have, had them rather, purposely, basically Mariah made, where they defeat her, truly, not, just as a, he's the reason they lose type of thing. But still, it's kind of hard to say. But, I think this means a few things. The main thing I just want to talk about, though, is how Hobbs leaves AEW and what's, the perception of him leaving. I think Hobbs is one of the very rare exceptions where when he leaves AEW for WWE, it's all in good spirits. I think Hobbs will come back. I do. I think Hobbs will eventually come back. Seems like the guy. And I'm happy for the guy, because he's clearly going to get a massive bag, and the guy deserves it. I'm a big fan of Powerhouse Hobbs. I think his improvement in the Ops has been stellar. I think when he joined the Ops, replacing Hook, I thought that was an excellent decision. I thought that worked for the guy. And the guy got title shots against Moxley, stuff like this, and I just feel like I love that. I like that, he's Hobbs to me is he's a day one guy. He was part of Team Taz. You know what I mean? He was in the company before. He was part of Sting's debut, essentially. When you think about it, was it Sting? I think it was Sting. Yeah, Sting when they're attacking Cody. And yeah, Sting comes out and saves him with Darby, obviously, and then does the thing with Darby. I feel like it's not a massive loss, but it is a massive loss in a way, where he's not a main event. It's not like losing Swerve, or, a Hangman, or even an MJF. It's not like losing that. But it's also, the guy's I think Hobbs is such a reliable guy. Such a reliable guy. And the guy, I don't think one gets a lot of time to just run. I feel like he's great in these tag matches because obviously the size, he's such an attraction. But also, I remember seeing this a while ago. It was when he'd just come back from injury, I think. And he was done a promo on a news station for AEW. And it was, the guy's such a likable person. I feel like I really like that with Hobbs. I feel like, as an actual human outside of, gimmick and stuff, he really is good. And I hope that WWE, because he will go WWE, really, lets him breathe and lets him do stuff. I worry for him going there. I will say, I think that's a straight up normal thing to say. I think Powerhouse Hobbs, when he does go WWE, reeks of a SmackDown mid-card feud against Damian Priest, and I hate that. I think the guy is above that by a mile. And you look at guys that, don't get me wrong, I think Hobbs and, these people are a bit different, but you get Hobbs, is he going to be in a better position than someone like a Rusev is? Maybe. I feel like they got to treat Hobbs right, because that guy could cook. And a company like that too, and how they, set up their matches very choreographed, and, how they go, spectacle. Hobbs could be that. And again, regardless what he does, I'm happy for the guy. I think it's a great call for him. Because, again, the money he's going to get, and the eyes he's going to get, too. Let's not be stupid. WWE fans are going to be like, oh, I've always liked Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh, my God. And, you never watched the guy. But now they will be able to, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy for him. There's no bad blood. Which, for someone leaving AEW, I've never really cared. You know what I mean? There's some that I've been upset about. I was still upset that Punk left, really. But, I'm just like, oh, whatever. It is what it is. But, people still have this resentment. It doesn't seem like anyone's got that for Hobbs, and I'm happy about that. It leaves a lot of questions for the Ops. Is that just mean we're going all in on Hook? I hope not. I feel like with the Ops now, it's going to be really weird about Hobbs there, because I feel like that worked for the Army aspect. pardon me, because you have the aspect of the Ops Dojo, and you have, like, Shibata and Hobbs being these generals, same with Hook, but obviously to a lesser extent. And it feels like, honestly, like, it's going to sound like a weak comparison, it feels like Shredder losing his Bebop and Rocksteady, or only one of them. It's like, well, that just sucks, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they have to get someone in and replace them. I feel like the Ops need someone a bit more legitimate than Hook to go alongside Shibata, and obviously Joe. Unless the Ops is going to come to an end, but I hope not. I always liked the Ops when it was Joe, Shibata, and Hook. But it's now just evolved into such a different thing, so I'm talking about pre-Ops Ops. When Shibata was doing the text-to-speech. I love that. But I do look back on Hobbs' time with a lot of fond memories. I really enjoy Hobbs as a singles guy. I feel like the guy did well. There's no regrets. I feel like, you could have had him maybe in the TNT scene a bit more. Someone remind me, I don't think we ever did get Josh Alexander versus Powerhouse Hobbs. And I would have fucked with that. That feels like a match. Oh my god, I want that. But in general, I'm happy for the guy. And I think he'll come back. I hope he comes back, because he's a great talent and he's a great wrestler. But I'll keep an eye on socials and stuff for WWE to be like, is Hobbs doing well? Because that's a guy I like. You know what I mean? Like, there's very few guys that, in WWE. There's a lot of guys in WWE, that's a lie. A lot of wrestlers in general just in WWE I like. So, like, I do keep up with some, not watch the matches, but, I see social media posts. Hobbs will be someone I search for. And that honestly, from a WWE perspective, it's a great purchase. It's getting someone like me who doesn't really care for the product to care about the product. Well, against this one wrestler, and then in their eyes, hopefully lead me to, watch more. And, you know what I mean? Like, the guy reeks of Damian Priest versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Like, that just reeks of it. And I don't love that. But, again, the guy's getting a bag. The guy's hard work's paid off in a way. And the guy's going to get eyeballs. Makes sense. Sad to see him go, but wish him nothing but the best. Thank you for the question and my opinion. It's nice to feel valued.